Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Corner. You know, I always say Andy's Corner is that happy little place in the world where we all sit back and talk about all things heating and air. Well, today I wanted to talk about broken air conditioners specifically, because unfortunately in the real world that we live in, air conditioning units break down. We can have parts fail, we can have units that just aren't doing quite what they're supposed to be doing, or maybe not what they used to be able to handle, things like that. And there's all kinds of reasons, and there's all kinds of failures that can arise. Now, I do always say that all repairs should be done by qualified, licensed, certified contractors. I do believe that all the work should be done for safety reasons, and all those little things that go along with it should be done by a certified contractor. That being said, I know sometimes in the middle of the night they quit. I know sometimes on the weekends they quit, things like that. And maybe you're just trying to get through the night or trying to make it through till Monday so you can call somebody. Because we all know you all have that favorite heating and air contractor, or at least you should, maybe. So, you know, if you're just trying to make it through and not pay overtime rates, or have to wake somebody up and get them out of bed, something like that, maybe we can get through. So I was going to go through a short list of some of the things that maybe you can look at first to try to get you through. I know what it's like to be 9-10 o'clock at night or midnight and your air conditioner's not working, it's hot in the house, and you just want to try to get through. So, number one, check your breakers. Everybody always says that, and I think that is a good place to start. But typically, we do have to know that if a breaker trips, there's probably a reason why. Or I guess there is always a reason why. So check your breakers first. If it's tripped, go ahead and try to reset it. If it does not come back on, if it trips as soon as it tries or anything like that, leave it off and call somebody. Don't try to just keep resetting it because obviously there's something wrong. We can have a compressor fail, we can have motors fail, drawing high amperage for some reason, and that breaker's tripping. Or you could always have a weak breaker. That's an option too. Those kind of things do happen. But check your breaker. If you flip it back on and everything takes off and it gets you through the night, call your contractor in the morning. Make sure you call somebody. Don't just reset it and forget it. This isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing. Make sure you call somebody and have them check things out. You either need to have your heating and air contractor, electrician, somebody come look at stuff, because if it tripped, there is a reason why. I promise you, there's a reason why. So for safety reasons, make sure you have somebody check it out and don't keep resetting it. But always look at those breakers, and then always check your air filters. Everybody forgets that there's air filters in there. There's some people out there that don't even know there are air filters in an air handler. There are. Trust me, there's filters somewhere. Some people have them in their ceilings, in the wall, in the unit itself. The ideal location is usually a nice fancy filter box with a 5-inch high efficiency filter in there. That's my opinion. But the best place for them is usually there at the air handler where you don't have to get inside the unit. But somewhere there's an air filter. That filter is there to protect the unit from getting dust, debris, all kinds of stuff that you can have in the house that collects over time. We want to keep that out of the furnace or out of the air handler, whatever you have. So make sure you've checked your filter. Most 1-inch filters should be replaced, in my opinion, every 30 days. And a lot of the high efficiency 4 and 5-inch cartridge filters are usually about every 4 to 6 months, depending on conditions and use. So if you haven't changed that filter in a while, or if nobody's been out, or if you're not sure if it has a filter, again, I promise you it does. So go ahead and look for your filter. A lot of times contractors will put little stickers, a little notes or something on there, filter here, that kind of thing to try to help people. I try to. It just makes life easier for everybody. So check your filter, make sure it's in good shape. If that filter gets too dirty, we have a lack of airflow. It can cause the air conditioners to freeze up. It can cause blower motor failure. It can cause loss of capacity. All different kinds of things there. So you may try changing your filter or see what it looks like. If there's any water, ice, anything like that you see whenever you are there around that air handler, you may need to shut everything off, let it thaw out, and put a new filter in it and try it again. Again, if that does happen, first thing in the morning, Monday morning, whatever it is, call a contractor, have them come check it out. But maybe we can get through the night. The other thing is a dirty coil. we do get dirty condenser coils, especially in our area here. I'm in the Midwest, and we have a lot of fields around us, so there's a lot of dust and everything else. Cottonwood trees are all over the place, and cottonwood seed loves to collect in air conditioners, especially earlier in the season. So make sure those coils are clean. If those coils get dirty outside, they do lose capacity, they do lose efficiency, and everything else. So a lot of times when it gets really hot outside, they just can't keep up. So make sure you're keeping those condenser coils clean. Again, I always recommend a regular contractor come out and disassemble the unit, clean it up like it's supposed to be. But if we're just trying to get through the night, you can rinse it off on the outside, shut the power off to everything, do that first, turn everything off, turn your breakers off. That way there's no chance of any kind of problems. And then go ahead and rinse that thing out with a garden hose. Do not, for any reason, use a power washer on it. I don't care how dirty it is. Or you can say that, well, my cousin 3 times removed used to do heating and air, and he says use a power washer on it. You know what? Don't listen to him. Or if he might have worked for Chuck in the truck one day or something like that. Don't listen. Again, no offense, Chuck. I'm sorry. You have a nice truck. I don't mean any disrespect, but it just kind of fits. But either way, do not use a power washer for any reason on an air conditioner. You will bend those fins over. They're aluminum. Most of the fins are made out of aluminum. They're very lightweight, and they will damage the fins. It'll bend them over, and you can try to comb them back out, but you can't ever get them like new again. So do not use that. Just a regular garden hose, a little bit of just regular house pressure to it with a nozzle. You'll do just fine. Clean that thing off, see what it looks like, and if you get some cooling out of it, go ahead and call your contractor, have them come in, strip everything apart, clean it like it's supposed to be, and then should be good to go. You should be doing that with annual maintenance anyways. I always promote annual maintenance by a contractor, and they should be stripping the units down, cleaning them, washing them, and all that kind of stuff. So one of the other simple things is make sure your thermostat is set right. I get phone calls all the time, like when I'm on call, like the weekends, things like that. People say their air conditioners aren't working, and we ask them to start, what's your thermostat set for and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of times they don't have it set right. They don't have it turned on. So I know this sounds really simple, but just make sure it's turned on to cooling and turned down below whatever the room temperature is. So I know it sounds simple, but it actually happens all over the place. So just always check your thermostat, see what it's set for, and make sure it's set right. And then if none of those things work, then it might be time to call an after hours contractor if you're unable to make it through the night or through the weekend or whatever. Those are some of the basic ones I go over, because some of the other bigger things that we could be looking at, you could have refrigerant issues. Maybe the unit's a little low on Freon, maybe it's got a leak that needs to be attended to, or maybe it's had a capacitor fail. When it gets hot outside, those units, they've got a capacitor on the compressor, most of them on the fan motors, unless you've got an ECM motor. They do have capacitors on the regular motors, and definitely on the compressor. So, they can fail. They do go out when it gets extremely hot. We have a lot of failure these days when it gets really hot outside. So, that may be something, but again, you're going to need a contractor for that. If it's a Freon issue, you're going to need a contractor. The other thing is motors fail. When it gets really hot, especially if the units have not been serviced like they're supposed to, cleaned up, things like that. We could have motors lock up. We could have motors get hot, whatever it is, and maybe the motor failed and need to be replaced. At that point, also, you will need a contractor. So, hopefully a couple of those first basic things, maybe it'll get you through the night, something like that. Again, I always recommend regular maintenance and having work performed by a full-time certified contractor. But a lot of times there's little things we can try to get us through the night, whatever it may be, because I know it's hot. I'm a big baby. I have to have my air conditioning, so I know what it's like to not have it, and I understand the fret and the worry and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, hit me up in the comments below. I love hearing from everybody. I did want to also say thank you to all my subscribers out there, because you guys comment all the time and you hit the like button and all that stuff. So thank you. I appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and a little bell icon up there, or maybe it's over there. I don't know. It's up there somewhere. You know how YouTube works. Hit the bell icon. That way you get notifications every time a new video comes out. Also, hit me up on Instagram. I do a lot with Andy's Corner HVAC on Instagram. And there's a lot more just regular daily weird stuff that I see. So hit me up on there as well. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. Otherwise, thank you and God bless.